Good morning. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. February 10th, Wednesday update for precious metals. Not going to go into much news today because the real topic today is going to be about silver and gold bars and coin shortages, which we are having major issues out there with. And if you don't live in my area and you had the luxury of dealing with us because we've had product on hand, you will notice that a lot of online companies, a lot of the big superstores, the super retail guys online, like APMEX, JM, and SD, are either completely out of bullion or have long delays in it right now, and a lot of things have changed. Let me go over a few products that I know are not available out there, and if they are, the quantity is very or the prices are very expensive. Let's start with silver US 90% right now. One of the cheapest products out there, made by the U.S. Mint, the same people that make the U.S. Eagle. I've been pushing US 90%, dimes, quarters, and halves, as you see here, for the last year or so, because the premiums are so cheap. They've been anywhere from a dollar to $2 over spot. And a lot of the younger folks call this, we called it junk 90 in the old days, and nowadays they call it constitutional, U.S. constitutional silver, because it was constitutional. And that's when the money was actually made of real money, like silver and gold. So anyways, made of 90% silver was the best deal out there. The problem is, the cheapest price I seen, we just sold some at, I think, 23 times face, $200 a bag cheaper than either was JM or SD. Again, I've got good price. If I have the stuff on hand, my prices are way better than theirs for the most part. And but the problem is right now is availability. I can't go out there and buy it wholesale from other dealers, and that's the problem that these big guys are having as well, is finding product. There's not much 90% out there because most of it's been sold, and the people that are holding it right now are not interested in selling it. So basically, if you can find 90%, man, it's expensive. It's running online. I've seen it around 25 times the face value. I didn't equate that how much over spot it is, but that's quite a bit, actually. What other products are available out there? Well, we still have access to U.S. 1-ounce rounds. And even the premiums on these have gone up. This is generic 1-ounce rounds. It's, if you come in and ask us what the best deal to buy is in the last year or so, we probably told you first 90%, cheapest price, you get the most bang for your buck. The next best deal for the last year or so has been 1-ounce rounds, and these are made by different reputable companies, and they're 1 ounce of pure silver, and they're made to compete with Silver Eagles and other products. However, the price has been really good. I mean, the price point of these has been as low as $1.75 over spot for the last year, and right now at an all-time high. I don't think I've ever seen the premiums this high, but I think APMEX, JM, or SD, if they have them in stock, are asking around $5 to $7 over spot. We have them for cheaper than that. I can beat their prices for sure on these folks, and I do have availability of 1-ounce round silver products, generics. And again, I can beat their prices pretty handily. And I would imagine that your local dealer can as well. And I always say buy local if you can. It's not because I don't like the online guys. They're good. They're reputable. They're big. But I'm a big fan of buying local, and I don't care if whether it's precious metals or whether it's buying from Amazon or whatever. I'm a big fan of buying from your local merchants, whether it's coins, bullion, tires, jewelry, whatever. And the reason, because it keeps the money local, folks, and that couldn't be more important in any other time in our history than right now, keeping that money local. And a lot of these companies are not local, and they don't spend the money locally. So if your local dealer doesn't know where to get these products and can't sell them to you cheaper than APMEX, JM, or SD, have your local dealer give me a call, and I'll tell them where to source this stuff at. So happy to help you out here. Again, I'm all about keeping the money local. And if you don't have any good local dealers, absolutely, APMEX, JM, or SD are people to buy from. But if you can buy local, I highly recommend you do it. Let's move along to the next product here, which is 100-ounce bars. I do have 100-ounce bars available too, limited quantity, I believe. So best to call and check with me on that. And again, 100-ounce bars, generic 100-ounce bars, were as cheap as, what, $1.60 over, or something like that, or in that range, in that range up to $2.50 over spot. And now I think you'd be lucky if you could find them for anything less than $5 to $7 over the spot, which is quite a hefty premium as well. I think I can get them cheaper than that. Best to call me on these. Let's take a look at the next most popular product out there. Someone asked me why I didn't include Canadian maple leafs in one of my last shows and just American eagles. Canadian maple leafs are so closely priced to American eagles. They're like 50 cents less. I almost consider them one and the same. But I haven't even looked for Canadian maple leafs. I have none here. I don't have access to them at the moment. I haven't heard any large availability of them. However, again, for a little bit more money, and this is why I usually talk about silver eagles, because it's slightly bit more overpriced still, just like the silver maple leaf, in my opinion, overpriced, but more readily available here. And silver eagle prices are just freaking insane. I mean, I think APMEX is asking like $14 over spot for them or something like that, and SD is around $11 over spot, and JM's like how much over? About almost $12 over spot on silver eagles. And again, I have them in stock. I'm a lot cheaper than that. Well, I won't say a lot. I don't know what you think of as a lot. But I am way cheaper. There I go using lot and way. That's to be determined. I am cheaper than all those guys on silver eagle prices, and I'm still not comfortable with asking those premiums. But this begs a question here. Perhaps these premiums are really, what the real spot prices on silver should be, or because the spot price at $27 an ounce, if you can't buy silver at a small premium, 28, 29 bucks, $29 an ounce for large quantities, then that tells me that the spot prices you see on your screen, like that we read on our tickers, whether you're looking at one of the superstores websites, spot ticker, your own spot ticker, or my spot ticker, these spot prices are just completely incorrect. They should actually be, and people come in and say, well, the product is too much, the product is too much. No, folks, it's not that the product is too much, is we've got a true capitalist type of deal going on here. We've got true supply and demand going on here. You've got a huge demand for gold and silver products right now, and a very small supply. That's a real market, folks. Unlike the spot prices, which are derived from the paper markets. That is not a real market. So if you're going to blame anything for being too high or you can't blame prices on silver bars and silver coins being too high. The problem is that the paper prices are too low. The dog is, or the tail is wagging the dog, and again, like it has been for years. But the tail and the dog have been usually much closer in unison as far as the wagging goes. Right now, the tail is completely out of sync with the dog, and the tail is definitely wagging the dog. Maybe not, though. If you think about it, maybe the dog is wagging back because the premiums are so high. So maybe this is a good wake-up call for people to understand that this is not greedy people trying to get a higher premium. No, APMEX, SD, JM, myself, other dealers are not getting greedy and trying to get more money for our precious metals. The problem is that we have such high demand for it, and the supply is just actually dried up almost completely. So what is going on out there? And that's the big question we need to ask. And I'm not going to get into what is going on because I'm going to look into that tonight. I'm going to try to find out why we have these big shortages in supply right now, and why the paper prices should be much higher than they are, even though they're not. Let's move into gold products real quick here. 1 ounce. This used to be my favorite product because it was even cheaper than Krugerrands. In the past, you could have bought these from anywhere from $40 to maybe even $35 to $60 over the spot gold price. I don't think you can even find bars right now, and if you can, I think I have access through another dealer to some bars right now, and they're about maybe a little bit cheaper than Krugerrands aren't even available, but they're probably, if they're available, they're probably available for around 70 to 85 bucks over spot, I think. Again, I'd have to check. I haven't seen any sheets on these. But let's move into, and again, not really readily available. I get them in the store occasionally when customers sell them to me, and if you're lucky enough to be here when I get them in, you'll get a good deal on them. But meanwhile, not readily available. Krugerrands were readily available for the longest time. Always been one of my favorite products because they are way cheaper than Gold Eagles, which were overpriced, in my opinion. Even 6 months ago, when they were way cheaper, I still thought they were overpriced. And Krugerrand was a much better deal. But the problem right now is that there's no Krugerrands available. And I believe the South African Mint can ship out Krugerrands. I think they're still up and running. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're closed down because of the virus still. I hear they have big issues out there with their government closing down nearly everything to the nth degree. So maybe they're not running. Maybe the South African Mint is not running. I'll look into that. But meanwhile, there's just none available. And we get them in occasionally. Again, customers sell them to us, which we have the luxury of reselling them back to you, but it's never any great quantity. If you happen to be here when we get them, it's still a good deal, but they're priced around the same as maples right now. And maple leafs are in that, I'm going to say maple leafs are going to be in the 85, 95, 100. They're going to be in the, they've typically been around $60 to $80 over spot, which is, again, but usually about $10 higher than Krugerrands. And I always advise people in the past to buy Krugerrands because they were $10 cheaper. You know, you buy 10 of them, you save $100. I like saving money and putting more money in people's pocket, or more gold or silver. Maple leafs, again, always been a little bit higher than Krugerrands, but the thing is, maples are available. I do have access to maple leafs at a pretty good price right now. I can definitely beat the big superstores, online superstores prices on maple leafs, and I do have them availability. I don't know how long it'll last for, but if you happen to be in my neighborhood or you live around here, you do have the luxury of getting maple leafs right now, because again, I think I can still get them. Let's talk about Gold Eagles. They've always been the most priciest product. Sorry about that. My phone's just been ringing off the hook. And I guess I expected that with metals the way they are right now. But anyway, Gold Eagles, always been the most expensive product. Not my favorite as far as price point goes. I've always suggested people buy Krugerrands because they normally saved about $30 per ounce. And again, if you're buying 10 ounces, that's $300. That's like 10 ounces of silver you can get in addition instead of buying a Gold Eagle. But here nor there, Gold Eagles seem to be available out there. I think, let me see here. The one company that didn't have them when I looked was Apmex. Apmex was out of Gold Eagles. And but they were pre-ordering, and I think they were like $180 over spot or something like that. It's just for pre-orders. That's just insane, folks. But again, maybe, you know, it's really not the price product is too high. It's the spot prices are too low, and that's, I think, what we're seeing right now. This product should be no more than, I don't know, it should be less than $100 premium on Gold Eagles, in my opinion. You know, less than 4% or something like that. SD Bullion looks like they have them out there. Again, they're asking for like $165, $170 over spot for them. And JM looks like they're asking about $175 and have Gold Eagles too. But wow, think about that, like $160 to $180 over spot for Gold Eagles. That's pretty crazy. I have access to Gold Eagles. I can get Gold Eagles, and my prices are cheaper than what's currently listed by the big superstores online. So what's my thinking about all this? Well, I got to figure out why these shortages are happening. I suspect right now that there's some large institutional buying out there that we're really not seeing or hearing much about. You know, some large corporations, some large, maybe even governments and or billionaires or something out there buying huge amounts of gold and silver, taking physical product out of the market, and that's why we're not seeing the physical product. And maybe it's just investors worldwide scrambling to buy gold and silver, because gold and silver is really a physical market is very small. The paper market is endless because they can print paper gold endlessly, and so they can print silver paper endlessly as well. But the real stuff, I think people are demanding the real stuff, and that's what's causing these high premiums right now. You know, the premiums for gold and silver are reflecting what the gold price really probably should be. Let me think here. Gold Eagles have typically been around. Well, they're about $100 higher than what they've been in the past. So let's say gold should probably be $70, $80 an ounce higher than it is right now. The gold spot prices. And that would probably equalize things a little bit more. But anyway, just crazy market out there, and a big supply and demand issue going on. So I would say if you can buy and you can find the stuff at a reasonable level, I don't know what to tell you. I can't see this supply issue getting any better anytime soon. I really hope it does. But on the other hand, next week, all of a sudden I could hear from the major dealers, hey, we're fine. Everything's fine. We've got plenty of gold. So it's tough to say right now. I don't know what to tell you to do. Buy at these high premiums, why these spot prices are way too low, or just kind of wait it out. Not quite sure what to say there. And really the big question again is I'm going to do some investigation here myself, see what I can find out. Why the shortages? Why? What's going on out there? Where's all this gold and silver gone? And that's the real problem we have right now with these high premiums is and everybody being sold out is where's the stuff gone? That's pretty amazing. Small market, but still. Pretty crazy. Anyway, I'll do an investigation on why, and I'll see what I can find out, and maybe I can answer that tomorrow. Meanwhile, let's know the one why as far as gold prices go, what we know drives gold prices, which is the U.S. dollar index. Let me take a look at gold prices real quick and do a quick refresh here with CCE, my favorite coin trading site. It is a subscription site, sorry folks. But I've been with them for, I don't know, 20 years, 30 years. I've been on them since the 1970s or 80s when my father was on that system. Anyways, looks like 1845, so it looks like gold's up. So let's see if the dollar's down. Well, a little tick upwards, but overall the dollar is kind of treading water here. And that's probably what's created our strength in precious metals here today. Because you know what? It certainly hasn't been the demand factor. If gold prices and silver prices were reacting what the current demand for physical is, they should be much higher than this. These prices that we're seeing are spot prices that you see on your machine, your phone, or whatever you look at for spot prices. Those spot prices are completely screwed up. They are completely wrong. They're off base. They're way too low. I don't know what reality spot prices are living in, but they're not living in the reality of physical and real numbers. That's my opinion. Let's see, the range today is about $20 range here with gold. Gold's up around 1845. You know, and the more I think about it, based on the scarcity of precious metals right now, this probably should be 1945. Silver should be well over $30 based on the scarcity that I'm seeing there. So these paper prices are completely disconnected from reality. I think the reality is the real physical prices you're seeing and what the stuff is being offered for sale today and now. That's true supply and demand, folks. As I said, these numbers that we're looking at on our screens, complete bullshit, in my opinion. Paper nonsense. And I'd like to find out what's going on there as well. We have a big shortage issue in gold and silver right now, but you have super low prices. What the F is going on? Anyways, these are questions. Hey, if you got any answers or thoughts, put it down in the comments below. I'd sure like to hear it. But the best I can point to right now is these slight movements in the dollar. But this supply problem here really befuddles me in a big way. And I'm going to start looking more into it and making some phone calls and see what I can find. I will get back to you on that tomorrow. Maybe I can get some answers for you and why the huge disconnect between the paper spot prices and physical. But we probably know the answers already. It's called nonsense, monkey hammering, and not really a real price structure. It's not. It's nonsense. Anyways. That's it. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Call me anytime at 954-493-8811 between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. for any questions you have with precious metals, gold, silver, product. And like I said, folks, I do have product on hand. Unfortunately, I only deal face-to-face. I do not deal online or on the phone yet. Maybe someday, but yet I don't. And so if you don't live in my area, unfortunately, I can't do anything with you. But if you don't have a good dealer in your area and you're not sure what to do, don't hesitate to give me a call. If I get some time, I'll help you out. That's it. If anything crazy happens today with metal prices, I'll get back to you. And like I said, I will investigate and see what's going on with the supply problem. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Even if, I know you may watch a show and stuff, but the subscribe button really helps me out, lets me know that you're watching out there and keeps me doing these shows. Hey, thanks for watching again, and have yourself a great day.